Lincoln from Easley's Entertainment, and I got a special speaker for you because due to the fact that the job that we work, we go through a lot of stress, physically and mentally. For an example, when you're doing face painting, your back is always hunched over. So we're going to be going through and talking about exercises and yoga, meditation, and also dealing with the fact when you're dealing with customers, they put a lot of stress on you. They're yelling at you. You have people yelling at you. You're dealing with kids, and a lot of people, and that could be a lot of headache for one person. So we're going to go through and we're going to talk about health and awareness. We're going to talk to Marissa, and she is a yoga and meditation instructor, and she's going to be talking to you about how to handle stress on the job.
Hi. So let's talk about stress for a second. Work is one of the leading causes of stress in the United States. Work can cause problems at home. It can cause problems with your relationships if you can't find that balance between life and work. It can cause irritability. It can cause physical symptoms like loss of sleep, anxiousness, irritability. There's a lot of negative things that happen in your life when you're stressed. Yoga is an amazing way to combat stress because it helps you work with the mind-body connection. Now, it's usually pretty obvious that our mind and our body are connected. We can think about a really delicious food and our mouth will start to salivate. Or we can get really nervous about a big show we're going to do and we're going to get butterflies in our stomach. And that is an example of our mind controlling our physical body. So when we look at yoga, stress is all in the mind. And stress is your perception. The same thing that can make you feel really nervous can also make you feel really excited. Such as having a baby. That's stressful, but it's exciting. Getting married, that's stressful, but it's exciting. And then there's distress, where we get into negative aspects of stress, which can come from your workload, which is why I was invited here today to talk to you. And so if we can change our perception in our mind of our situation, or if we can reset our nervous system overall, then we can step out of that stress and step into health, which is much better for the body. As we all know, stress causes a lot of physical ailments and disease in the body. And so we want to avoid being stressed at all times unless we're actually being chased by a tiger and we really need that fight or flight, which happens how often at your entertainment functions?
It can happen all the time. Depending on the job you're doing, it can be high stress.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually done DJ jobs where I have 15 to 20 people yelling at me. And sometimes these people, they get very violent when they're doing this, and you have to keep a very calm, mellow attitude. I even had situations where my blood pressure went up high.
Wow.
So blood pressure could be a very big incident, especially at our age.
Okay, so let's talk about the first thing you could apply in this kind of situation that Lincoln just spoke about. So you've got a lot of people coming at you at once. You may have people being violent. The first thing you can do is take a deep breath. Long inhale through the nose, really long exhale through the mouth. And what that's going to do is that's going to immediately relax your body. We naturally, as a animal, mammal, human, exhale when we're relaxed. If you think of getting a massage and letting out that nice sigh, or when you think of getting a really warm embrace and relaxing into that and releasing breath out the mouth, our bodies naturally exhale when we're relaxed. And we can trick the body into relaxing with that mind-body connection by taking that slow breath, which can help give us a chance to react to a stressful situation and also give our nervous system a chance to calm down a little bit so we don't get into that fight or flight. In addition, breath practices at home can help you cultivate a deeper breath overall. If you're exercising those breath muscles at home and you're practicing what we call pranayama in yoga, which is breath practice, it's going to be a lot easier for you to breathe deeper naturally. Your natural breath won't be so shallow and you'll be in a more relaxed state overall. The next time you're stressed, I want you to notice how you're breathing. You may notice it's short, shallow, or you're even holding your breath.
That is wonderful. I have a question about the meditation that you do.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that you could actually use meditation on the job to help you relieve a very stressful moment?
Absolutely. So in meditation, we usually have a type of focus. And so some meditations we don't focus on anything, but some meditations we can really zone in and focus on something. It's going to take us out of some of our different ways we observe the world and really hone us into like one of our senses. And so if you're face painting, for example, you can zone out all of the sounds around you and all the craziness and really tune into what you're doing, that beautiful art you're making, the joy on a child's face. And through that type of focused meditation, you're calming your body down and you're probably doing better work and much more pleasant to be around because people will notice how much you enjoy the service that you're offering them, which is going to make them enjoy receiving that service just a little bit more.
That's amazing. Something else I found in the job is when I was face painting, your back is always hunched, and when you're done, the back is just killing you, and it's agonizing. And I've actually had knee problems, everything from being standing for 8 to 10 hours a day one time. And sometimes it actually feels like you worked hard day construction just doing something as simple as face painting. Is there exercises that you can do to help relieve that?
Absolutely. So anytime we throw our body off of our alignment, it's going to affect the rest of the body. So if you're hunched over and your spine is in this rounded flex position, then it's going to create stress differently on the rest of the body because your body's not stacked the way it's meant to be with your spinal alignment over your hips and over your legs. So what you can do is you can reverse that flexion of the spine with extension, which would be rolling the shoulders back. You can interlace the hands, press them down, or you can take your hands out beside you and you can rotate back like this. That is an excellent way to help counteract that. There's also poses you can do laying down, where you can take your elbows under your forearms, lay on your belly, and just take a nice little back bend while you're laying on the ground on your stomach, which is going to also relieve that stress. Plus it's very comfortable, it's not weight bearing, and you can be there for 5 to 10 minutes and really allow your back to unwind after a long day's work.
So if my viewers want to tune in on some of your YouTube stretching or live stretching, will we be able to get that access from you? And that way we can have my YouTubers contact you, and that way they can go through and do these exercises before their jobs?
Absolutely. I do offer online videos. I've got short 20-minute segments that allow you to do just a quick stretch. I've got longer videos as well if you want something a little bit more active, or if you want a lot of really good stretching to help the body not only reduce injury but also stay in a relaxed state and to keep yourself in just a more ease of movement so everyday life feels a lot better.
And I have to vouch for the yoga. I've actually broke my ankle and had a spiral fracture and turned my left ankle 180 degrees, and I have a metal plate and 4 screws hold my foot together. But the real injury was in my back. They wanted to charge me $60 an hour for therapy just to get me going again. And instead I took 3 months of yoga. I was in better shape after I got out of the yoga. And that's how much I can vouch for yoga, because it was absolutely amazing on how flexible I was and how I was so much better when I got back into my center, got back into myself, got back to my core, handling the stress, because I was in agonizing pain for my back from being down for so long. I was down for almost 6 months on my back, and it messed me up. So I will vouch, the yoga was amazing. This is a young lady that I would actually prefer as a human pretzel, because she can bend in ways that are not humanly possible. And yoga is an amazing exercise that you can get into. Is there anything else you'd like to state to the viewers?
I would like to add that I'm not surprised at the amount of relief that he was able to get from practicing just a couple of yoga moves. And I also want to put out there that it doesn't matter how old you are or what your physical condition is. You can start yoga at any time in your life, in any physical condition. You just need to do the right type of yoga. It's similar to any other exercise. There's different ways that you can do it, and there's gentler ways that you can do it. So even if you're hunched over like this and you're 74 years old, you can still get to this and maybe even a headstand by the time you're 78, 80. I've seen it myself.
That's amazing. I mean, I can't think of any other exercise that'd be any better for you than this, especially for what's going on and you can't go to the gym, you can't do this. This is stuff you could easily do at home. I have a question. We also do a lot of health and awareness. Is there particular diets that you'd recommend for people that are dealing with this kind of stress to help with their stress?
Absolutely. What you put in your body is your fuel. It's like the gasoline you put in your car, so you want it to be high quality. You want to eat as close to whole foods as possible. So minimal ingredients in any kind of packaged foods, as close to nature as possible. So fresh produce, fresh proteins, and really just eat as wholesomely as you can. Always want to have your water intake high, because when your body's dehydrated, it's going to add to fatigue. It's also going to add to stress in the body, muscle tension, etc. And then you want to get a lot of good sleep, which isn't diet related, but it is important because that will help you relieve your stress and also have a healthy lifestyle.
I would also like to quote your yoga classes and your meditation classes. I mean, I did your yoga class and I thought I was going to die. That's how hard it was for me to even do it.
He did not die.
But I did survive it. But her meditation class, she almost banned me from the class because it was the best sleep I ever had.
That's true.
But I do her yoga classes and her meditation classes at home, and I even do it to help me sleep at night because I have problems sleeping. So I will say you are a big lifesaver for people who are in entertainment.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
you are
My
so
pleasure
welcome.
to serve.
So thank you so much, and my YouTubers will probably thank you, and thank you for everything you've done. You're an amazing instructor. You have a really great tone to you, really good center to you.
Thank you.
Really have a way of connecting with the viewers, and that is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for everything you've done.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for having me here. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I'd be more than happy to help.
So another note for my YouTubers, I'm going to go and connect her channel, so that way you can go over and connect, and hopefully you can get your YouTubers in and see what I have on my channel, and they'll be able to connect and see what they can do if they are interested in this kind of work. But I'm going to definitely connect this channel to her, so that way if you guys want to get this kind of training in and help you with your stress, your job performance will be 100 times better. I guarantee it, because I practice this and it helps me perform a lot better, because I do face painting, magic shows, balloon twisting. Sometimes I'm doing 4 to 5 jobs a day. I've actually worked 14 to 15 hours in entertainment, and I thought I was going to die by the time the day was over. And these practices help you get through the day. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Namaste.